Hey everyone, my name's Gracie. Today I wanted to do a little September favorites video because I recently started watching this YouTuber named Jessica. I'll put her at here. I watched her favorites videos and I loved them. So if you watch them, you'll see this is her format. I needed to give her credit like right at the beginning. But today I thought we'd talk about food, music, some miscellaneous stuff, and then media all from the month of September. Okay, starting off most importantly with food, Whole Foods Hot Bar has been a staple this month for me. I used to not even go to Whole Foods. I didn't have Whole Foods growing up where I lived, so I just thought Whole Foods was like an expensive grocery store. It's also different depending on the location. Usually, if they don't have the chicken tikka masala, rice, orange chicken, mac and cheese that I like to get, I will just get a slice of pizza and then get a side of like mac and cheese. And that's how I go about my day. I also like that they don't have sodas. So if I go there, I have to get a healthy drink, and that's just better for me overall because if it was up to me, I would drink 3 ice cold glasses of Coke every day. Okay, next one. This is kind of embarrassing because I'm 22, but I've never had birria in my life, and I really hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. I tried it for the first time. Life changing. It's so good, and I'm not necessarily the kind of gal to branch out and try new things. I have my foods that I eat, and when I go out to eat, branching out is a risk because if I don't like my food, that's my fault, and now I'm paying like $20 in this economy for something I don't like. If I don't like it, at least I tried it. We're gonna take the risk. I tried it. It is so good. The other day I got a pizza birria, which I know is probably an abomination. It was basically just a quesadilla instead of a taco, and they called it a pizza, but it was a little too cheesy for me, but I was excited about that. Also, I put this on as a staple of September, but this is a staple of every month, the avocado toast with egg. I always hated avocado toast until like 2 years ago, which isn't that long for me. Most of the time when I go to restaurants and I order avocado toast, it's not good. So I only like it made at home, which is good. If you live in Atlanta, there's a place called Muchacho in Atlanta. I'm sure you know about it, but if you don't, their avocado toast, also life-changing. Next, this is a staple of my life, Uncrustables. This is my first favorites video, so I was like, they need to know the basics. Also, lastly, strawberry matcha. There is a place, I moved recently, so now it's like over an hour drive, so I'm not getting it, but they made the most delicious strawberry matcha, and now I don't know where to get it. So I haven't had it this month once, but I've been thinking about her every day. Next category is music. I know I said food was most important, but music, just little flutter in my heart. I make monthly playlists every month since September of 2016. So it's almost been a whole decade of me doing this, but over here you can see I have like a folder because you can make folders on Spotify, September 2016, every single month. So yeah, I do have a September playlist. Some of these songs are on the list. Oh, I forgot to put this on the list. This should be my number one because this was my number one song of the month. These songs obviously are still in my rotation. They're at the end of the month, so those will be in my October video as well. But here's my September playlist. I just wanted to talk about these because obviously the whole Charm album by Clairo is not going to be on my September playlist, but I've been listening to that since it came out, and Clairo can do no wrong. And then Mulholland's Dinner and Wine is a song by Declan McKenna. Listen to it. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. I feel like there's no in between. It was on repeat like you would not believe. It was probably sinister. The Adrienne Lenker set list I included on here too because I've been listening to that a lot because I'll be seeing her live next month. So if you're in Atlanta, I'll see you there. But I know a lot of her songs, I feel like, but I wanted to make sure I knew all the songs because she's playing some Big Thief, and I know some Big Thief songs, but I didn't know every single one that was on the list. I just like singing along and dancing along and knowing the songs. And so when people post set lists, rather than being surprised, I like to just know Grace by Jeff Buckley. I love Jeff Buckley, but I had never really listened to that song, but I knew there was an album with my name. And so the other day I set out to listen to the whole album. And Elliott Smith. I've actually been listening to a lot of Elliott Smith too. Nothing But Mine by Billy Martin. Her bridge on the song where she's saying, "So don't you take my heart and break it." Every time I hear that part, it's like I'm listening to the song again for the first time. Slowing Down by the Backseat Lovers. I made this list about a week and a half ago, And I was checking back on it today, and before I saw that that was there, I was like, oh, I wish I could put Slowing Down by the Backseat Lovers on it, because I thought I had been listening to it in October, because it's October 4th. I've been listening to it for a week and a half, and I still play it like 6 or 7 times every day because it is so good. I thought I was just listening to it this month because usually I get tired of songs by then, but I had put it on here September 23rd, so, and I love the Backseat Lovers, but I didn't really listen to this album. And then I started a new job, so I've been listening to music because we can listen to music while we're there, and I'm there for 10 hours a day, so I've been listening to a lot of music. So if you have any recommendations, comment them below. So I've been listening to whole albums recently, and I listened to that album, and I really love it. On to miscellaneous. So we're gonna start with plants. I'll show you a picture of my deck. Me and my roommate Sean, we have been planting up a storm. I love going out there every morning and seeing their progress. There was a hurricane recently. It was pouring rain. Here's a photo. Sean and I had gone out there during the rain and brought all of the plants inside, but we do have cats, and not all of the plants are cat friendly, so we had to bring them all inside and bring them all down to the basement, and then he brought them back up. He brought all of them back up. Thank you, Sean. They were literally overflowing their pots. This is a big one. I got my library card because I've been reading a lot, but I got through all the books that I wanted to read that I own. Books nowadays are like $20. I got a new library card because I just moved, and then I had to get a new ID, and I got my library card. Finally, once we get to media, I'll go through the books that I read in September. I'll pull up like my Goodreads, and we can go through the books that I read. Also, if you do not have a library card, you should go to your local library and get one. Mostly to support them, because libraries need funding, and I feel like the more people who have library cards, even if you're not using it, if you went all the way there and got a library card, it shows that you're using those resources, and maybe the government will give them more funding in your area. I don't know, but they have so many resources other than just books. They have movies, CDs. My old library had a podcast studio, filming studio, a cricket machine, if that's how you say it. So again, my roommate Sean and I somehow, I guess it's when we were doing yard work, we both got a skin disease, skin infection, whatever you want to call it, all over our arms and legs. It wasn't poison ivy, but we did discover poison ivy in the front yard. Super cool. So for like a full month, basically the whole month of September, we were going to multiple doctors in our town, driving 30 minutes away at 6 a.m., you name it. And we were trying to figure out what was wrong with us, because the doctors were like, what is this? You have symptoms from this, whatever. But we both got antibiotics and steroids, and the dreams that I had last month were like crazy vivid movies. Specifically though, you see I noted One Direction. My friend Enoch, he's also my roommate, his parents have a cafe, and in my dream I went to the cafe and I was like, guys, you need to make a One Direction meal, because I see the prophecy. They are getting back together. One Direction will have a reunion. After I woke up, I was like, what if I really am seeing the prophecy? And what if One Direction really does get together? Next, this probably seems random, scrub pants, but at my job, I'm not going to say what it is, but I do work with animals, not people. And we get to wear little scrub pants, and I've obviously never worn scrubs in my life, but I thought that they looked kind of uncomfortable, but scrub pants are awesome. I love the pockets. They're comfortable. I have wide leg ones that tie with a drawstring, and they come in fun colors and patterns. I just wanted to say that I discovered scrub pants this month. Loving them for work. Okay, last category, not least, we're going into media. For reading, last month I read a book in a day. I'll link my Goodreads down below, but I read the book Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren in 24 hours. You might not be into romance novels, but I was eating that book up. I also read The Lovely Bones. I didn't know what it was about at all. I just knew that there was a movie. And I was like, ooh, I can watch the movie after I read it. Haunting. Heartbreaking. I finished Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead, and I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, because everyone on the internet was hyping that book up. So I thought it was going to be crazy. It wouldn't even be like in my top 5 books of all time. And I'm so sorry to say that. My favorite book is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I also read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And I liked that one, but it was long, let me tell you. And I read it pretty fast, actually, I feel like, for it being a long book for me. But yeah, ever since I got my library card, I've been reading up a storm. Right now I'm reading Meet Me at the Lake. I'm sorry, I don't know who the artist is, but I am halfway through it, and I'm not loving it, but I'm trying to see it through because I'm like, maybe there's some kind of explanation. Because right now, spoiler, the main character and the other main character kind of seem like cheaters. And so I'm not rooting for them because you're cheating on your partners. But maybe there's something I'm missing on purpose. Or maybe it's just not my kind of book. I don't know. We'll see. Next is exciting. My dad, thankfully, sent me a PS4. Crazy random thing that happened. And then me and my friends went to the local Goodwills, and I was looking at the movies, and we found Fantastic Mr. Fox unopened. But I also found the PS4 Little Big Planet 3, $6, instead of probably like 30 or 60 or whatever it is. And I loved Little Big Planet 1 and 2 as a kid, and I had the racing one. That's how you know I'm a true fan. So I've been playing that game a lot. Also, I've been watching the show English Teacher because Liam... I have so many roommates, guys. Liam said he was going to be in it, but then they cut out his little... He was an extra, but he literally was so in front of the camera. But they cut around him, I guess, in editing. But the show itself is so funny and so good anyways. So we've been enjoying that a lot. And finally, last but not least, I've been watching Madeline Argy. I've always been watching Madeline Argy. As you can tell probably by my content where I'm just talking. I just really enjoy her talking, and it inspired me to share my thoughts. So I wanted to include her because I've been watching her as I get ready at 6 a.m. Because I listen to music all day, I watch her while I get ready so that I have a little break from listening to music for 10 hours, which sounds funny, but well, that's it for September. If you want me to do an October favorites, I would love to. This was fun, like planning and writing out and thinking, and like I had to make my laptop look cute. Like I changed my folder icons to stamps because I was like, I cannot screen record an ugly screen. So I had a lot of fun getting ready for this video, and if you liked it, let me know. I would love to do another. Go check out Jessica because I did get this format visually from her of the photo booth and the list. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.